this is the correct way to go. I think Entity, in their lower division run, or Division 2 run, sorry, they always had that aura of confidence about, like, they play what they want. You know, it's like, we'll first phase our Invoker, we'll first phase whatever, you know, Storm wants. And I kind of like that it's also carried through to Division 1. And, like, they're not getting too afraid and seeing other teams, right? Like, they are using their own identity. And this Huskar, it's a product of... So ATF from OG, of course, used to play a creep wave, and he spams Huskar in his pubs. And obviously he talks with Crystallis, and Crystallis spams a Huskar in his pubs. So the old creep wave of like half a year ago are all kind of playing Huskar together in their pubs independently. So there's like this hive mind of Huskar between all of them. I mean, and that's why you see these. This is a product of that. It's kind of cool to see.
And what is it, do you think, that they like so much about the hero? And, you know, this game, even though, you know, with it being picked as early as it is, do you think Tundra has picked line up a draft that's maybe going to make them feel a bit awkward with the Huskar, or do you think they're not going to care too much about what's been drafted against it?
I think the main thing is Huskar players nowadays don't feel like they have scaling problems just because of the ability to buy the Aghanims on Huskar. So basically the Aghanims converts your life break so that it applies like this fear, this taunt duration, right? And yeah, it's super, super strong. And it allows you just to take these fights into the late portion of the game and just feel so much better. But it's like getting to that and feeling good can always be weird. But I don't know if Tundra actually kind of got the right heroes to deal with him. Like, I know the panel was mentioning CK being good. Yeah. I feel like Huskar Shard is like the savior to all of this. I don't know if they mentioned it, but Huskar Shard allows you to apply the disarm while stunned. Yeah. So even if he gets caught off guard and like absorbed into like 4 or 5 illusions, he's going to be able to like disarm the illusions and at least mitigate that initial jump. And then if he has like Satanic or AC or an Ags or something in a BKB, he can maybe then take that secondary fight. So I think maybe the Shard makes the matchup somewhat even, and it's like who jumps who first type of situation. But I actually think that the drafts are somewhat even in how they scale into their game. All right.
Yeah, I mean, and you're absolutely right? Because you know, the only thing that's going to be catching him is stuns. There's no sort of silence. There's no sort of hex. So yeah, that Shard, he's going to be able to do that against anything they throw out until you get some of those later items that might provide the ability to shut him up. Now, but the Shard is, it's going to be very, very strong.
Yeah, exactly that. But no, like for me, this is the first time that I've personally actually watched Tundra. I wasn't able to watch much of the Gamers Galaxy. So I'm kind of like, I just want to see how kind of Satsuka fits into the 4 role. You know, Snay going to the 5. Of course, they did really well in that LAN. But again, this is kind of like my first experience of like the new Tundra. So I'm kind of like sitting back, reserved, hoping to kind of see what type of magic they're bringing now.
Yeah, and what do you think is sort of the lane setups that we have here? Who's going to be happier with these duo matchups?
I think Entity are the ones happy with laning, just because you have, you know, Death Prophet and a Spirit Breaker into a CK. So you've always got the Siphon from the Death Prophet to survive up. I think the Lina TA matchup that we're seeing here, before you'd say TA would crush it, but I feel like just nowadays, so much regen, so much, you know, resources in mid, Lina can just always push it out and feel okay. Maybe TA can farm a little bit quicker when you get to like kind of minute 5-6 and the jungle gets opened up a bit more. And of course, bot lane, you know, it's a Huskar. You often win most of the lane jet that you're in, right? So I think Entity right now, all 3 lanes on paper, they should be able to comfortably go even, or maybe even build small leads.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be the case so far on the CS across the map. Very, very close start. A little bit ahead on some of the sides here. They've got to be careful with the supports, though. First few minutes, nobody yet to fall. I mean, if you were sort of to point to a lane, who do you think's the most likely to be in trouble here? Who's going to be the most careful in these laning? You know, who's going to die
first? It's the first game of the day, Owen, and you want me to make this prediction? This one never works out. Okay. Ugh. How about you, Owen? How about you tell me who you think's going to die first, huh? Let's spin the table
okay,
around.
Sure. I reckon who's most vulnerable. I would probably go with. Yeah. I think I'd go with Fishman.
Ooh.
Because, you know, a couple of stuns coming out for the 2 of them, 33 in stacks up. And then Bane's got to be careful.
That's fair enough. All right, no, I like that. I'm gonna go with the Weaver. I feel like he's gonna, you know, do that.
Yeah, he would have been my second bet, snaking. Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna Sakuchi in, you know, all, you know, confident and whatnot. and just die. Yeah,
Sure,
so that's
then
my feeling.
Then a charge comes in, and yeah, Toby's going to have the damage of the Death Prophet.
Yeah.
See,
I'm just looking at the health bar now. Oh, no.
A little bit of a fight here, but both sides are fine. How are they doing on the regen on Tundra's side? They got a south for Skeeter. Well, we'll get cancelled there by the right click, so a little less of the benefit that he would have hoped for from that. And CS.
As well, so I was going to say, I was looking at the optimization that Chrysalis does on his Huskar, and it normally is a pretty standard build of Armlet into then Halberd, BKB, and Axe. And I think that naturally also synergizes well against the TA, because CK in this game, he will at some point become like the enabler for TA to do damage. But having that evasion on the Huskar, having that disarm, and then layering in with, you know, the inner fire plus the Ags, I honestly think Huskar, as long as he doesn't like get picked off 2-3 times, if he keeps up the net worth, like he's gonna be fine.
Oh, top snaking. Oh, that's a close one. Nearly goes down Skeeter. He's also got to be a bit careful. Takes a few punches here from Toby and Katami. I mean, they're doing well with the aggression top lane entity. We are seeing, you know, Tundra's having to be very careful with these two.
And their regen now, it's pretty much 2 tangos left on the side of Snaking and Skidder, and then Toby as well. Like, yeah, we're now finally getting to the part where like death can occur in top, because just the resources have finally been whittled down over 5 minutes of farming.
Yeah,
and Couriers, like, they're not bringing out more regen, so
for sure, definitely.
Hopefully someone goes down. No one's died in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Like, as I said, CS-wise as well, it's not too much of a difference. Overall, slightly entity ahead, but it's very, very close. Just like Saxa did see if he can find anything mid. He's gonna look up towards the top lane instead. See if they can get some. They're gonna go for Toby here. Straight away, looking for the leading. Katami will come in with the charge cross, but the Boundless Strike's there, down on 2 of them. Toby trying to keep himself alive with the siphons, but it's not enough heals. As he goes down, and so does Katami. Good move from Saxa. Really nice there. You know, he was looking towards mid, but realizes that top lane's where he actually wants to be instead. Gets up there, gets the kills done.
Yeah, just a really nice read. He rotated to mid and postured looking at the Lina, but of course realized that he doesn't have the kill threat, so the value of these, you know, 4 positions that have that extra little bit of reach, you can TP in and already into engagement, you know, like Earth Spirit, Spirit Breaker, Monkey King. Like, you're not really punished for these TPs because you're always in the fight, so yeah. Nice little move there to open up the game a bit.
Sit charge coming on the mid. Saxa was trying to eye up Stormer, but they had eyes on him, so Katami was in with the charge. Boundless Strike will stop the chase, though. Oh. And I think Saxa's going to be fine. No, oh, no, he isn't indeed. Oh, he is? That Dragon Slave caught him just on the end there.
Yeah. Storm has been a little bit selfish with the warding right now. He's got the ward above him there, and also behind his tower as well, beside it, sorry. Just making sure that he can see who's coming to gank him. And I think I respect that style of warding when it's like a Lina VTA, because as soon as like one hero comes to mid and collapses on that tower, if you kill off the Lina and take the tower, it's so hard for Lina to like move to the jungle and feel nice farming, right? You always want to farm near a tower as this hero until you have like bots to TP into ganks or the BKB to stand up front. So I actually kind of like how much vision they put on mid lane just to ensure that they don't get these surprise ganks and these little pick-offs on Lina.
We'll see again, Saxa, very much the one to try and lead the aggression. He's got his eyes on the top lane, but not quite finding an opportunity to go with Entity being as close as they were to the tower. They're sort of swinging back between this mid lane and top lane. Stormer's pretty safe. Very hard for Tundra to get in onto Stormer. He's also going to have the Spirit Breaker by his side. Katami will be ready to charge in if anybody shows in mid.
Yeah, I think the key trade-off here is the fact that even with this like positional pressure on mid, Stormer is just farming up. He's putting himself in a really nice spot. And then also Huskar, he's now uncontested. He's literally like 2v1 against a Sand King bottom.
I'll see the jump in. Stormer's going to head to the side. Katami, he should die here. The 3 of them take him down. Stormer does also get caught out by the Boundless, but he's able to get away with the Invis rune. Elsewhere, down bottom, actually back over towards the mid. 33 sweeps over, chasing Fishman, catches him out with the Epicenter. He's got the damage to take him out. Top lane, Toby's putting some pressure on with the Exorcism, with focus being drawn elsewhere, and Skeeter on his own right now. So some good damage done to this tower.
Yeah, this is nice from Toby because he already saw the fight happening mid. Sanking used the epi on the Bane, so it kind of gives him that confidence, but they can still kill him. Like, as you see Sasuke TPing up, like he's still very vulnerable, only level 6.
That's actually giving a lot of information. Vision. He is taking a bit of damage, but he gets the vision set up here for the pullback onto Katami. Katami goes for the charge. He's got backup of Fishman as well, but Katami's in trouble. Skeeter takes him down. Tundra, they'll win the trade. Saxa will be fine. He's able to walk it off, and they'll keep the tower alive a little longer. They don't want it to go down this early.
Yeah. So far, just a nice little farm.
They're going to try for some more.
Farming up the Fishman, yeah.
It's a little hard to do, though. Toby in the siphons. He's going to force Skeeter back. There's also a charge coming in from Katami, ready to rejoin them up on the top lane. So Tundra will have to hold back.
That sounded like a really bad album cover, Toby and the Siphons.
That's got a nice ring to it, yeah.
It kind of does, actually, yeah.
Sort of like 80s band. Have one hit, you know.
Some nice free-flowing long hair, some hippie gums or something, you know.
Yeah, they're really sounding. I mean, maybe going for this push here. Even though they don't have the exorcism, the tower is low, and they've got both supports around it. I mean, where do you feel sort of Entity support's got to be focused the most at this stage? You know, obviously Storm, he's getting so much space here in the mid. You know, what else needs to be done in this early game?
Well, I think that the main thing for Entity right now is they're playing this top side of the map to try and allow Huskar to free farm. Like at minute 10, Huskar hasn't ever had like this rotation towards his lane. They're not trying to gank him, right? They're just allowing him to farm. So as long as Entity keep kind of poking at this top tier 1, Tundra have to decide between trying to kill a top network of Huskar with probably 3 or 4 heroes or defending the tier 1. And defending the tier 1 naturally feels better. So it is allowing Entity to find farm on their pods 1 and 2. And now after 10 minutes of farm, you bring Storm to the top.
33. He's in with the Blink Epi, trying to get something going, and he's going to get the jump on to Stormstormer. Stormstormer's able to turn with the Laguna Blade, but he gets caught by the stun. Saxa sets up with the Wukong's command. Skeeter's getting low, but he's still alive somehow. Double kill for him. He'll turn over towards Toby. Does fall on the CK, but Tundra, they get the majority clean up here as they take out the 3 of them. Fishman able to bounce down to the low ground. Let's see if Saxa is able to keep this chase going. He is. Ramos brings in Fishman. He has got a grip. He'll turn, and TPs are coming in to help out. Snaking looking for the angle from the side, but Huskar's turned up. Chrysalis jumps in, gets the kill, looks towards Snaking as well. They have the dust. Snaking tries to Shikuchi away, but the burning spears have already stacked up. Double kill for Chrysalis. As he turns up and punishes the chase there, Saxa and Snaking trying to bite off a little bit more that they could chew with that attempt to chase down onto the bay.
Yeah, but you can see there from Entity, right? That is the game plan. You knock on this top tier 1, and they know that TA can't join the fights. Like Entity, they can bring every hero to an engagement now because they have the bots on Lina. Huskar with an armlet wants to do it. But Tundra, they're always going to be 4v5. So even if you lose 2 or 3, as long as they keep going, Entity can take these fights. So I'm enjoying the fact that Entity are just, they die top, boom, straight back to mid. This is the weakest part of Tundra's game right now. Like, CK doesn't feel great running into like 4 or 5 heroes in the early game. Like he needs like himself like an armlet or a silver edge or a BKB type item to then pack a punch in these fights. So this is a nice little window of the game right now for Entity to get that halberd quickly on Huskar, maybe even look for a Roshan and then cross the river and take some more fights.
See Saxa. He's come into the jungle to look towards Fishman, but Fishman's got the setup. Stormstormer's able to swing over and take him down.
I mean, he was role-playing a flying courier pretty well. Unfortunately, he couldn't fly over the terrain to really, sell it and convince Fishman it's just a courier.
See how's Farm looking for Skeeter, and he's got the armlet. Ogre Club in towards the BKB.
BKB will just allow him to enter the fight, and it's kind of the idea that he wants to be a utility style core, and TA probably with some Desolator Blink, that will be the true carry of the game. So it's good to not being greedy, just trying to survive these initiations.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they'll let them take this bottom tower. They know that there's likely to be set up in the trees. This is a scary place for Entity to defend. It's Katami hanging around, and he won't be here much longer.
Double damage.
They'll let
and yeah, you can just see on the Huskar now. he's also just completed the halberd, and he's got the shard and the quick buy, so he himself has identified the fact that get this shard, stop the CK having a nice time.
On top lane, try and combo staking. Oh, they'll easily do that.
Interesting. Some tips on because he killed the DP. All right, I was like, what was this for?
I got himself a very
just
nice
walked up
little
into a
solo
trap,
kill.
got slowed and died. Yeah.
Good time for 9 to have that DD. They're gonna have the attempts to defense in the mid lane. Saxa, he'll jump in. He's gonna lay down the Wukong's command. He won't have enough damage on his own to kill Katami though. Extra TPs are coming in. Crystallis, he wants to get involved in the fight. Jumps in through 33. He's in with the epicenter over towards Crystallis. It's not enough damage straight away. Disarm onto the TA there for Crystallis to stop 9 from being able to finish him off. As Tundra, they've lost 2. This has ended up an incredibly awkward fight that they've attempted to take. Laguna gets blocked by the refraction. So Tundra will be able to continue to run here with 9 and Skeeter. 9 able to blink out. See if there's going to be any gap close onto Skeeter. They're going to have eyes on him soon. He's going to go for the TP out in the trees. They haven't got anything to stop it in time. So Tundra at least able to save some of the heroes there. Could have definitely got a whole lot worse in that situation. But as it was still not great. Still not great there. Tundra trying to fight under the tower, and they were so prepared for that entity. And Crystallis, as we saw with the halberd, he's ready to stop any sort of impact from someone like 9 on the TA.
Yeah, you can see from the initiation, right? The Sankin going onto the Huskar, it's not really putting him to low. And now, Spirit Breaker charging on through, Toby putting himself on the right-hand side. Entity basically drove this massive wedge in between Tundra. So there wasn't these, multiple cores hitting the same hero. And, now it's just a chase down. And I think this is now Tundra realizing that unless there's some Desolator blink on TA where they're able to jump cleanly on a hero, they just don't have the damage. And Huskar is somewhat unkillable.
Top lane setups there for Katami. Storm's able to bots over in time to finish it off. This first 15 minutes, I think Entity's going to be feeling pretty good about themselves. This is, on paper, this is the team coming up from the lower division against a team that's just come second at an international land. So to be doing this well here, keeping it even, if anything, keeping it ahead, especially if they get this Roshan, Entity's going to be very comfortable with the start they've had so far.
Well, I mean, if you remember the interviews from last DPC, they were mentioning they were super confident in their scrims in both lower division and upper division teams. They felt like them going to the upper division wasn't through luck or whatever. It's like they felt like they could not easily, let me rephrase it, I don't want to butcher it. They can match up against these Division 1 teams. They don't see themselves as a Division 2 team going up that's going to go straight back down. Like we've seen with most of these kind of tours, the up and down bounce back. These guys, they do see themselves as a team that wants to stay in Division 1 and contest for higher placements than just 6 or whatever. And it is showing right now with how they're using this Huskar draft.
Saxa has got eyes on Stormer, but I think Tundra's going to definitely be much more careful about how they go for any moves near towers. We've seen how quickly Entity react. So it's not easy for Tundra to go for these pick-offs that they may get away with against some teams that are a little less experienced. That's not the case here with Entity. They're fully tuned in with one another and ready to play as a team if the situation arises.
And that's going to come into play soon when DP's about to complete BKB. This is a DP that went phase 1 double null straight into BKB, and then Stormer as well, also well on the way to it. And maybe in 3-4 minutes, it's going to be this double BKB timing, Aegis with maybe a minute left on it, probably looking to take that big fight to try and break down the map. And Entity, they're just doing a really good job at understanding the timings and trying to align each other for it. And Tundra, they kind of need to skip this right now, dodge a little bit, push out some waves, and wait for their next set of items. The pure 5-on-5, they're struggling.
Caught snaking, but he is able to time lapse out in time. But Light Strike Array perfectly done though by Stormer. Sees which way he's sweeping out there under the cover of the Sentry Ward and catches him in the stun.
They're just always in the right spot to pick off the random hero who's walking around, Monkey King walking up into Radiant Jungle, bam, 3 heroes already there, he's dead. Snake King waddling around the river, 3 heroes are there. It must be kind of annoying for Tundra right now because wait, why are they standing here? There's no Roshan, there's no reason for them to be here. And he's just getting picked off, so. Just nice kind of sweeping farming plays right now from Entity, just kind of cleaning up anyone who wants to show.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
And
attack.
Satsuka now doing the game isn't feeling great play, which is just get as far down the lane as possible, grab a wave.
And there we go. He knows he's hanging around here. Crystallis catches him off the trees.
Very nice. Yeah, this Huskar, like, it's not a hero to joke about, honestly.
He's looking very, I mean, he's 4-0-2, especially once he's got the BKB. It's very hard to sort of envision a situation where he dies, at least even when he's on his own. He's going to be bringing heroes down with him. Over in the mid, Snake King's been caught out by the Laguna. 33's in with a jump pepper center onto Katami and Stormer. Fiend's Grip holds back Skeeter during the BKB. 9's in with the meld hit and takes out Fishmat. So Tundra will be able to hold their own there close to the towers. I mean, it was a bit of an aggressive move this time from Entity, getting very, very deep there under the tier 2, and not whilst they had the full team around.
Yeah, that's the standard play of when you're playing with like a Huskar or a Timbersaw style hero who's already ahead. You also feel like you're unkillable, right? It's like we can make these moves, but if that hero isn't there, it can give some opportunities for your opponent to make some plays. So yeah, sure, Tundra, they capitalize on it. You lose your Weaver, but you kill off the Bane and the Spirit Breaker. But for the overall game plan, Entity, their cores are still alive. They're going to be hitting this double BKB timing soon. And then, again, we're going to just see more aggression coming out from them. But no, like, yeah, this... Every time I see this Huskar, I have flashbacks to a game where I was playing with Amar. And he was... Like, our team was flaming Huskar, like, because he was playing it. For, like, why you are carry, you can't scale. And Amar literally spent, like, half an hour, like, just... I'd say shouting at this guy about Huskar being an amazing late game carry. We fast forward 40 minutes, he legit like 1v9'd a team fight by himself.
Yeah.
Just with Ags, the pure damage, jumping around, killing everything, the shard. So like ever since that one game, I'm like, I love Huskar.
Sure,
I want to
yeah,
see it more. And I'm surprised we haven't seen it, honestly.
I mean, it's a very different hero to what Huskar was like, what, years ago, and sort of always was in the past of Dota, right? There was this hero that just hit this early timing and then just dominated the game, closed it up. It's very different nowadays.
Yeah, it's just got that kind of nice little moments in the game where you can surprise your opponent and just 100-0 someone. And having a hero that has that at multiple points, it's always super nice.
Look at
This is pretty awkward though. Entity aren't in position for this fight.
I mean, Aegis is about to time out in 10 seconds. They're going to make the jump on Skeeter, but he pots the BKB, stacks it in with the Wukong's command from the high ground, charge across for Katami. They're trying to finish Skeeter off. They're able to do so. The CK goes down. Crystallis is getting low, will die, but 2 heroes dead on Tundra for the efforts there. Toby is going to look to stay on top of 9, and with the Cyphers, oh, it's not enough damage. 9 lives. As Toby will fall, 9 survives, and now they're going to try and chase for more. They've got the Boundless Strike and the Vessel down onto Stormer. He should be okay here. He'll get back. At Tundra, they're able to come out on top of that fight.
That felt so bad for Entity, just because like they're entering the fight with the expiring Aegis, and I think it was like Lina and Spirit Breaker were by like the tier 2. We're gonna see a highlight here. Look at this, like look at the minimap. Don't even care about the spells being used right now. You've got Lina running over, Spirit Breaker charging in, and like in that initial jump and burst, you want the Spirit Breaker connecting with the Huskar, right? Like that double whammy. But the fact that there was like a 3-4 second window where it was just 3 heroes versus 4, that allows Tundra to position correctly. 9 obviously perfect spell usage there to kill off the DP, but Entity a little bit of, you know, hastiness with their fight there. I mean, and Tundra instantly capitalize on it and get that one fight.
No, absolutely, yeah. I mean, things would have been totally different if they had the BKB on Crystallis, but it's still a few hundred gold away from that. Until that point, Spirit Vessel's gonna spend the, sort of spell the end for him very easily in these team fights.
You know the best thing about these this Entity draft, though, Owen? You get team wiped one time, you just go again. You don't care. Maybe you wait for DP ult, but like the nice thing is that you can brush it off and be like, all right, don't worry lads, we have BKB now, go fight. Oh, don't worry lads, we got our heroes in the same spot now, go fight. It's not as if they're waiting for this like metamorphosis or this like annoying spell that is like actually, you know, fight winning. So hopefully we see them just go again. This needs to become a bit more of a bloodbath, you know.
I feel, yeah, it definitely will. At least once the BKB's there. 200 gold and he's going to have it, Crystallis. And then we're definitely going to see him go.
And you see mid as well. Fishman actually bought a gem for Stormstormer. Oh, Kotomi. Bye-bye.
There's a little bit
Now
of
going to be a 60-second window when Spirit Breaker's alive and there's no epicenter. Maybe they look to, make a play in that time. That's pretty cool. And you see Crystallis top. Obviously, in a fire, will push off the Monkey King from the tree. So with an 8-second cooldown, he's just kind of spamming it when he's farming near the creep waves. Because if he does hit them, it will just be a free Monkey King kill.
I'm going to have Snaking and Skidder going for a duo smoke to lead the rest of the team into the triangle. Crystallis has got the BKB done now. Not quite able to find a catch as Entity play it safe.
Entity themselves are smoking up. They are going to be seeing this TA on the ward at the small camp. Blinking back though. Won't be able to find him yet. Oh, Monkey King in middle.
Oh, now they're going to catch him. Saxo trying to push the wave out, but Entity prepared to jump whoever was to reveal themselves there.
And Roshan is alive. So these sweeping plays from Entity right now, if they are able to find another core, no, sorry, not another core, a core, they might be looking to finish that off.
Gonna have the charge from Katami. He wants to go in here. Now he's got the catch on Snaking, knocking him back into the reach of Toby and Stormstormer. The bash is out as well.
Nice. That was a good bash.
Oh, very nice one indeed.
I'm surprised they didn't rework Spirit Breaker more. Like, they kind of slightly tweaked his damage numbers to prevent you from clearing creep waves like earlier. But it wasn't like massive changes. I thought like after the post-TI pre-7.31 era where Spirit Breaker was probably like top 5 hero in the game, I thought they were just going to absolutely butcher him, put the cow to slaughter and just make him a whole new hero or something. But instead they just kind of kept him the exact same.
Now we're still seeing him get picked up. And still, yeah, being able to sort of fulfill that very similar role and an annoyance against the enemies that he always is able to do so. Yeah, those bashes, they'll always fall against you.
What's the most annoying hero?
Tinker.
For you, like if you play a game,
Tinker,
like who do you hate seeing on the other team?
Tinker! No question.
Oh, fair. All right, okay, sure. All right. I was waiting there for it to be like a new hero that pops up, but Tinker's just still fresh on the mind.
I always lose to
Yeah,
Tinker.
he also didn't really get changed, to be fair. So yeah, I can see that. Oh no! Look at the poor Centaur. He's stuck.
What's he got?
Look, the Centaur. He's.
What do you mean, Paul? This is nice for him. Now he's not going to get farmed. Home. Yeah, but when he's at home, he just gets killed. He's going to be able to hide in the trees now and live a happy life.
Let's see if he survives the game then. Yeah, well, this is now the challenge of the game as Tundra.
Roshan is taken. Crystallis is in. He's ready to fight though. He's in with the BKB. He's taken down 33. They're going to try and go for it. They've got great grip here from the high ground, locking down 9. 9's out. They'll lose the Spirit Breaker, but they may be ready to go for another round. Crystallis, he's definitely going to try. He jumps forward. He's in with the inner fire, pushing back them. I mean, they're disarmed forever here. He does finally die. Charge over from Katami. Entity, they're trying to keep this fight going, but with their Huskar gone, they've lost a significant amount of power. It's just down to Toby and Katami, and they're getting caught. The stuns are there. Tundra chase down the DP. They'll finish him off. Triple kill for Skeeter. They get the Roche, they get the Aegis, and they get a huge cleanup off the back of that. A big team fight there to push Tundra ahead of the game.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful from Tundra. Like, whilst Lena's farming the deep jungle, they instantly go into Roshan, they sneak it away. I honestly thought Entity would be scouting out themselves. They didn't even check it. After that Monkey King kill middle, they left it. They walked around the map for a good minute or so, and then Tundra, they're the ones who identify it, take it away. And this is a type of game where if, of course Bane has to buy back straight away, but if there's not an Aegis here on 9, killing him off like this, Entity, they probably walk this fight, right? But because of the Aegis, because of this Wukong's command, not allowing Entity to chase deeper, like they have to use everything just to kill off this TA. And now, they're just poorly positioned and will be dying. And 33, really nice FP to clean up Lena on the back. So yeah, Aegis is so fundamental in these type of games when you have just enough damage to kill in one sitting. So yeah, just Tundra, nice read on Roshan, and Entity kind of slipping up now. At the tail end of their first Aegis, they throw it away. And for the second Aegis, like a poor contest, they don't even check it when it's alive. So yeah, Entity is struggling a little bit now in this mid game. maybe getting a little bit carried away with how well they started with the game.
No, for sure. Yeah, that fight hurt them big time. Now down 10k. 9, 18k. I mean, you see that immediate drop off there, off the back of that last event around Roshan.
I guess the important thing is the fact that even though Tundra is up by 10k, the heroes that Entity have, they can easily win a team fight if they get that initiation. You know, the Spirit Breaker, the Huskar, you cut in, and like they feel that themselves, right? They're still smoking up, they're making this. Like, if you ask Entity right now, like, what net worth lead does Tundra have? They'd probably be like 4k maybe, you know, 5k. Like it's nowhere near like as big as it feels right now.
Snaking.
Or snaking.
Very easy. Yeah. Very, very, very dead there.
He cancelled grip on Bane as well. Nearly let him live. Poor old snaking. He's tanked so many ganks. It's good, of course, but...
And after you getting that one kill, Entity, they're very cautious about trying to push for more, as they know that Tundra is going to be able to react now.
Are they going to get stun off from Barrett? No, didn't look for it. But yeah, Entity, it's no grip equals no fight.
They do see Saxon jumping over. The higher ground vision here, 33. Still thinking about maybe fighting. I mean, Skeeter and 9 are still very strong.
They have so much explosive damage, right? Like, imagine Sanking TA jumping someone. It's going to be an epicenter plus a meld strike, deso, you know, right click. It's such mixed damage that any hero who gets jumped by that is probably going to be either dead or, you know, 20% HP. Maybe not the Huskar, but still, just that alone, it's Entity's being very cautious of how they make their plays now. Like, they need to hug wards and make sure they at least enter a fight on their own accord. Use the new gem active, check the high ground, get a D ward. Yeah, this early gem has done wonders for Entity. Like, when you're behind like this, if you didn't have a gem, it would feel terrible running around the map. Like, so the fact that they had this already, it is alleviating a little bit of the pressure from the mistakes earlier, and it is enabling them to at least walk around with confidence.
Illusion.
See who's going to be next to make the move. It will be Tundra with the BKB on 9. They're very ready to look for another fight. And there's the jump. They get the jump on Stormstormer. Defensive Nightmare comes in, and that will allow Stormstormer to put the BKB. Katami charge over, catches the bash onto the 4th, and Saxon will lay down the area with the Wukong's command. Toby the side focusing 33's been able to bring him down. The Sand King is dead. Tundra's got to get out of there. Great reactions there from Entity. Big save from Fishman, making sure the Stormstormer, the focus of Tundra's jump, stays alive.
Yeah, really nice Nightmare from Fishman, just instantly allowing Stormstormer to reset. And yeah, Tundra, they just a little something needed to convert on that Sand King initiation. They just didn't have it. Yeah, goes back to what I was saying. Entity right now, like they're so comfortable with where they are in the game. Like, mistakes aside, like it's such an even game. And I think this is what happens with like every Sand King game. It's either you initiate beautifully, you wipe 2, you feel great, or you awkwardly stun, your team can't follow, and you die. It's like, it's such an awkward hero. Like, there's not a lot of heroes who have that level of like, I'm in and I'm dead, or I'm in and I'm like crushing. And now they're just instantly to bot lane. Sand King dead for 40. Should be at least be up to clean up this tier 2.
That's going to bring Crystallis closer towards his Aghanims.
Are they actually going to poke the high ground here?
I mean, 30 seconds, no SK. Could be a temptation.
Radiant's middle tower.
All right.
Dire structures are fortified.
See how long they stick around now, because the TPs are coming in. Yeah, they're stepping away now.
Okay, just forcing them back. All right, fair enough. Part of me was like so worried, like, boys, you don't want to be hitting this tier 3. But no, they go for just the standard, hit tier 3 a little bit, force a couple TPs back, then sweep back across the map, farm up the jungle. So now, you know, economy-wise, Tundra, they're just running around into nothing, right? Like, look at the minimap. There's just no camps here to farm. But maybe... Are they looking for a fight instantly? They are.
Yeah, they were trying to chase a little bit, but Entity, they used the smoke themselves to give them that bit of a boost to get out of there. Get Crystallis and Fishman back to safety.
Yep. haven't been mentioned yet, but 9, of course, with the MKB, is going to allow him to just somewhat ignore the Huskar. Huskar's early strength was the fact that he had this halberd, had this evasion. But now TA, if you're able to lock on to the Huskar, should go pretty well for at least, you know, putting him to a scary position. But likewise, Huskar, let me double check, he's about to complete the Aghanims.
Yep.
They're about 700 gold away. If he taunts the TA will die. Like, that's as simple as it is. And when Huskar's level 25, TA will just be obliterated. So yeah, this is a beautiful kind of dance between the two of them. Like, who gets to jump who unlocks the fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And it's hard to sort of play around because you can really get caught off guard by the cast range of the life break from Huskar. It's got a pretty good distance.
It's rather big.
Yeah. We've got the high ground here, but Tundra smoked up. They're aware. They're going to keep themselves towards the mid lane. Entity won't catch anyone heading up here for now. 9 will show in the mid. See what Entity want to do with this. I know which areas Tundra's going to be playing around now with 9 showing over here.
Ooh, Roshan's respawning in 5 seconds. So like the fact that Tundra moved down to the tier 2, they're trying to force Entity back, but Entity will just go for Roshan instead.
Yeah, they'll take it pretty quick.
Yeah, this is actually going to be... If they go straight for it, yeah, they're using Exo. This is a crucial part of the game right now. If Tundra doesn't try and contest Roshan, Huskar with an Aegis, it's like it flips the script.
And of course, with sort of the speed the teams have been taking down Rosh, you know, it's the cheese and the refresher shard as well. So they're going to get the refresher shard over towards Crystallis, make sure he's got 2 rounds of the BKBs and all of sort of his fantastic actives. And yeah, it's... Actually, I was saying that he swapped it over someone else. he'll rather have the cheese.
Yeah, he gave it Toby. Aww.
I guess that's fair.
I want to see 2 life breaks, mate.
Yeah, they're sort of jumping all over the place, disarming the whole team for a very long time if you wanted to, but of course, yeah, the value for the Exorcism is going to be much bigger, especially with the Exorcism just being used to take down the Rosh. Means that Toby's going to have another one to fall back on it if they look for a fight, you know, earlier than the 100 seconds he has to wait.
Just got a bit carried away. I was like, yes! And I was like, oh wait, yeah, no, you're right. He needs to be able to actually fight DP. But now, yeah, it's interesting to see a game where, like, the second Roshan Tundra basically get it for free, and the third one Entity get it for free. It's I guess it's the volatility of Roshan respawning within that window of, you know, the 3 minutes. How early will it be? And if you're there at the wrong time, playing the wrong area, like Tundra's move bottom is a standard play to make if Roshan's not alive, right? You're just trying to force them to an objective. But yeah, it was unfortunate.
Now they're going to try and go for Katami, but Katami's got backup. But Tundra, they can't poke too hard.
The lanes are in a really good spot for Entity. If someone TPs back from Tundra, you're going to probably see them instantly smoke up and, you know, crush, run into the Radiant jungle to try and find anyone who's left behind. And that's why they're kind of posturing. And like you see Fishman drawing on the minimap, it's like, if anyone shows here, we're going to go down, and likewise, we can also just protect it. So they're kind of like awkwardly in the middle of the river because like they're ready to jump either side, you know, like they're so hungry for a fight. And Tundra, they're doing a good job just hiding. Like Sanking is not showing top because if he shows top, it's disaster for those who are still bottom.
Tundra
bottom tower is under attack.
Still sticking around. I mean, do you think, is there any chance that Tundra will still look to try and fight whilst the Aegis and Cheese is there on Entity, or have they got to kind of wait this out?
Surely it has to be a wait unless they find the pickoff.
Like maybe here, but no, Stormstormer, BKB, Shiva's Guard, and the Shadow Blade presses all the buttons and it will save him. They won't be able to commit further for that, but indeed Tundra taking their chances there at the fact that he was alone.
Hey, are they going to look to smoke with this? No, okay, they're not. I was going to say, this is like an Entity style play, which is we just use BKB, but because we have Aegis and we know where they're positioned, we might just barrel into them. Like, they've done this before. But no, they're clearly showing some more signs of discipline here. Getting the freebies, that is snaking, going for the D ward.
Maybe so they get
This
another
game
catch.
has just become like such a stalemate.
Yeah, I think Tundra want to wait it out a bit.
Oh, they didn't see the gem. No, Monkey King's stealing it. Oh, nice little courier. Sorry, the courier running back across the river right now. Monkey King just got Snake King's gem back. No, the other courier. There you go.
There we go.
So that was the courier Snake King fed away, but because there was like 4 bodies on top of it, they didn't see it. And then Sasuke kind of snuck the courier in between, you know, 007 style, grabbed it and brought it back to the safety of Tundra.
A little bit of the old lag here. I think, you know, definitely it is that tense part of the game where, oh yeah, Tundra, they really got to respect the fact that Stormer and Chrysalis have this Aegis cheese. Lag? Oh, someone's lagged straight out of their seat there.
Oh, he's...
The classic lag, and then A goes AFK. Hopefully they'll be back
There's
soon.
multiple AFKs. Look, there's 2 chairs that are empty.
No, that's the same one, right? It's a different angle.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, yeah, my bad. Yeah, all right. It's just one lad. My brain's just not I haven't had a drink this morning, you know? Bit slow. So who's the culprit? Who's, you know, lagging?
Who was it, actually?
Ah, wait,
That's
so we
it.
saw
We're
Snake,
detectives
we saw-
on the case here. We saw Snakey.
We saw
We saw Skeeter.
Yeah.
We saw Saxer.
Oh, it's 33.
It's 33.
Is it 33? Yeah.
Lagged all the way out of his seat.
To go for a piss.
The classic.
Luckily, that doesn't really happen at TI, though. Just imagine, you know, like TI Grand Finals, you know, Game 4, collapses, skewering people back to the fountain. Mid-skew, he pauses. Sorry, lads, I've got to go. It's just waddles out the booth.
Well, you got to go to the toilet before the games, haven't you? Yeah, you got to.
No, I mean, you should, but
Yeah.
hydration's important, you know. Like if you take a coffee before a pro match, you know, you're running quite the risk. Now, wait, you did your 3-4 hour cast. How did you fare in that? Just never went?
I don't think it's smart to describe the means that I had to use to get through that seat.
The things you do for the cast.
Honestly, I
you're a gentleman.
didn't need the toilet. I was fine.
Nice, yeah.
It was very late.
I guess
at
the
night.
adrenaline excitement does hold your bladder in.
I mean, there's so much going on in that game. I wasn't able to drink for 3 hours, you know.
Oof.
Oh, what's going on here? Stormer. Oh, careful. Oh, yeah, he's going to be fine. It's actually going to be
They're
okay
respecting
there.
the follow-up.
Yeah, they didn't want to. I mean, I guess if they do commit and kill off the Aegis, they know that the chance that they get out before the backups in is very low. They're going to pick off on 33 top. Stormer from getting gone on down bottom.
Typical defo in.
Getting kills up there.
That is literally like your standard like
We come back
death when
from
you're
a
in a
pause.
game and you pause. Yeah.
Yeah.
You forget everything that's happening on the map. 33 legit sat back down on his PC. Was like, oh, whoops. Okay. It's surprising, but yeah, going AFK actually really hurts your kind of your moment and your read on the game.
Radiant's bottom tower
But just nice
is under
pickoffs from Entity for sure. Jokes aside.
That's a close one. Like 40 minutes in, 25-23. 2K lead for Tundra, but you really get a feel of how careful they're having to be right now.
I just don't think Tundra have enjoyed the kind of the experience of the CK right now. Like in 40 minutes of the game, how often have you mentioned like the CK ultimate ripping through reality rift into the stun, killing a hero, you know? Like Phantasm isn't really doing a lot right now. And it is because Entity is kind of poking and prodding and not taking these like overwhelming fights. And it's, if anything, it's like the Wukongs and the TA doing most of the work in the epicenter. So yeah, I feel like Tundra, they're missing a little bit of their team in the bigger fights. And that's why we're kind of seeing it drag out a bit more. Like CK he just can't jump Husker, right? Because of that shard, because of that disarm. Unless he's silenced and stunned, he has the Bloodthorn to be cleared to be able to do that. Unless he has that type of initiation, Huskar's going to have a pretty nice time. And he has the Axe, he has the Cloak, going to be completing the AC. And then after all of that, look towards the Refresher so he can have double BKB, double Halberds, double life breaks, getting, I think it'll be 6 seconds of taunt total time. It's 3 seconds, I believe, on Axe, right? Yeah. So he's going to have 6 seconds of which a hero is just taunted towards him as he
That's
batters
crazy,
him down
yeah.
with pure damage on his W. Again, Dota is one of those games where talking about level 25s is not a competitive way to describe heroes. But Huskar is one of those heroes where if you get to level 25 with an axe and a refresher, you can kill anyone, pretty much, it feels like.
Oh yeah, they've got the ags on Spirit Breaker now. Of course, the Aegis gone, but the cheese still there. Going for the Lincoln Sphere next on Stormstormer. Help protect him from some of these stuns. CK catch.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Roshan, what was it? It's a minute away into another respawn.
I mean, yeah, we might see sort of. I mean, Entity in particular, they're definitely in the position that they can hold this area around the Rosh a little bit easier and buy time to just go for the next Roshan.
This is going to be the Roshan with... Oh.
That's Fishman gone.
Bye, Fishman. Finally, Tundra, they break away from playing the bottom side of the map, right? They now invade. They get to kill off. And this is because of Roshan, right? Like we mentioned the fact that it could respawn. This is just a natural move to be able to contest Roshan. But we are 20 seconds away from the fastest Roshan spawn. Most likely it'll be, 20 seconds to a minute.
I feel, especially with some of the ones we've already had this game, I feel they've been on the shorter side, so... as balance goes, should be longer.
Balance will dictate that Roshan just won't respawn. He'll refuse to play in this game here. That should happen after like 5.
Yeah, he's like, why am I? He's like, why am I here? I just keep getting killed,
Just walks it off after 5, Just dips out. Just leaves the goods on the side. They just like default respawn. So it's like a chase to the pit. That's a way to spice up those 3-hour games.
Oh, back in the day, you didn't even need that. The game would just break, wouldn't it? That was the cool thing about this. The game doesn't break anymore.
It was on fire.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it's a bit boring, isn't it? Yeah.
The game is too fixed. We need it to be more broken.
I mean,
just delete a line of code or something and see what happens. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Dude, that would be hype, actually.
Oh. Tundra now, the ones that are owning this area around the Roche. But Stormstormer's going to go straight in. They've got the catch on to 33. 33's got to run. He'll burrow strike the side. They're in with the BKB. The taunt's there. Chrysalis, he grabs 9. Immediately takes 9 out of the fight. There's nothing for 9 to do. Esquita's now got to back off. The BKB's going to surely come to an end. 33 will jump back in. They will manage to free blow, but he's not going to die. Chrysalis is going to be fine. He can still keep going. Over to Saxtra he goes. 4 dead from Tundra there around the pit, as we're really seeing how much of a difficulty it was to deal with it with the Huskar there. I think he got the cheese off as well. That last moment keeps him alive, and yeah, the taunt 9's just ruined in these team fights by the jump from Huskar.
Good old Huskar. 44 minutes ago, I was giddy and excited about this moment in the game, and whew, it happened. You jump the Huskar, and if you don't jump him with the correct conviction and spells combo, he's always going to be able to turn it around. Like, he has a cloak. He has the armlet of BKB. Like, and the unsung hero Fishman, he gets to sleep to give the cheese, to allow him time to cheese. Like, yeah, it's...
And look at, it's
so hard.
They're having to use the buybacks. 3 buybacks from Tundra having to come out. The racks will go down. They just have to use those buybacks to make sure they don't lose the tier 4s, lose the game.
And now Tundra, they're kind of poised in a position where, like, are they going to try and contest this Roshan if they give it away?
Oh, what's he doing here? He's in a bit of a dangerous position. He's got to run, but he's not going to be able to do so. Saxtra's dead. He's sort of hanging around, I think, clearing a creep camp. Entity just swing back over. They'll kill him off. He's dead for 100 seconds. No buyback on him.
That was his that was his dieback. We're going to get to see the replay here. So it all starts because of the vision from Sand King, from the Spirit Breaker, and like a partial grip into then the taunt.
That was, yeah.
And I think what's at the Husk? Oh no,
we're going to get back in action here because we're getting Tundra chasing straight over towards the pit. They take out Fishman. Entity's trying to finish off Roche, and they're able to do so. They get it finished. Tundra, they cannot interrupt this in time. Aegis picked up by Chrysalis this time round. Cheese is going to go over into the hands of Stormstormer. Jump for Chrysalis. It's a big jump straight over towards the mid. He's got the grab with the taunt. 33 is able to get the BKB off in time. He's looking for the epicenter, but the damage has been done. 33 down for 2 minutes. They're focusing. Crystallis is getting low. Skeeter is able to take the Aegis out of his hands, but Katami's got the charge through over towards 9. Stormstormer has the follow damage. Triple kill for him. Diebacks across the board there. 9 and 33 out for over 100 seconds. As Entity, they'll get ready to continue this charge straight down the mid lane. As Skeeter, he's been pushed away to the side. See Entity, they'll have a couple of heroes go over towards him, but the rest of the team, they're just focused on shoving it down the mid, potentially just looking to end this game now.
Oh, nice little taunt again. Woo. Just look at the cast range on that. Oh, it's so much.
I mean, and that is it.
Swings on in.
That is it. GG is called. Entity here with a fantastic game 1 against Tundra.